Hey guys, I'm Steve. In today's video, we're doing a very sensitive, serious topic. Today, I'm discussing how I think people should respond to school shootings to help prevent school shootings and really just minimize them. Hopefully, zero. But I had a list of things that I thought that would help. One, obviously, keeping the doors of the school locked. I mean, the fact that the most recent Uvalde shooter was able to get in that side door is just unbelievably insane that he was even able to get into the school. So that should never happen. All those doors should have been completely 100% locked. Um, as far as people talk about schools being like a gun-free zone and stuff like that, there's other weapons that teachers can use besides gun. I mean, pepper spray is so effective. If you're within range of a suspect with pepper spray, if you pepper spray that person, they could be completely out of commission because it can blind you. I've been pepper sprayed twice myself, so I know that how much damage pepper spray can do. So I mean, if you were a teacher in the school and something really crazy like that was happening, if you could get yourself in a good hiding position and then pepper spray the suspect as they entered a room, that would be really seriously effective, believe it or not. I mean, I think all of us adults need to get into the mindset of we would sacrifice for these young kids getting hurt, right? I mean, the police should never stand down in these situations. They should just literally just run into the room. I mean, when you're a police officer, you understand that your life is on the line. You understand that you're willing to lay your life down for the community at large. So there shouldn't be any stand down orders, even hostage situations. I mean, if I was there, I would have kicked the fucking door in myself. I mean, you can't wait around because people are literally dying by the second. So, I mean, yes, there may have been a few officers that would have gotten shot, man, but that's life when you're trying to save a bunch of kids' lives. I mean, you may take a bullet to the head kicking that door in, but to me, it's worth it to save kids. I mean, it's just ridiculous that the Uvalde thing happened and there was so many victims and that the school was seemed to be very unprepared for this situation. Like I said, the teachers, there's other weapons. You could put a baseball bat in your closet. You could, hide and then smack somebody over the head when they come in the room. There's pepper spray. There's weapons like throwing chairs at suspects. I mean, guys, we have got to stop this. And then as far as security of the school, I really feel like we've reached the level of having to have multiple officers in the school. That may be one for every so many feet of the school. One officer stationed so many feet. I also think that we've reached a time where um, metal detectors are warranted, like a courthouse, where if you want to enter the school, you have to go through some sort of metal detecting situation, where like a court, like going into a court where they can screen you for weapons. I think that we've reached that point with schools. I think that we should start x-raying the kids when they come to school. I think that the whole invasion of privacy is a bunch of bullshit when you're really talking about safety of children. I mean, if they want to go into school, they're going to get searched. That should be a rule. The rule for every school should be we can randomly search your bag because they're on private property. The school is a private property and it's owned by the town. So the town should be able to have the right to search any bag they want in the school at any time. Obviously, maybe having some sort of reasonable cause to do that or suspicion, or just have it be a blanket. We can search anyone's bag at any moment for no reason. Kids would. I know that kids in schools would submit to that just to keep the whole school safe. I know I would have if I was in high school. If they said we're going to do random bag searches, I would have said if it's in the name of safety, then go all by all means do that. We just have to really start getting smarter about these situations. So more armed police in the school, maybe an armed guard walking around the school. Um, I think that all these officers should have all the full gear they need, like tasers, weapons, maybe even shields. I've seen shields are very effective in shootouts where SWAT will have a full what it's probably most likely level 3 AR 500 steel. But anyway, guys, I'm also wearing my level 3 AR 500 Freeman carrier, which I'd really recommend to you guys. I'm kind of more or less just a fan. I don't sell them, and I'm not an affiliate of them. Just more or less a fan. This is the Freeman carrier that I wear just out on the town. I kind of wear it for fun, and I use it for exercise, add the weight when I'm jogging. But guys, we have got to get sensible. Like this could actually save your life. I mean, you could get one of these Freeman carriers for yourself, you know, and wear it out on the town. I like to put something over it so it's very concealable. But guys, anyway, we really need to come together as a community to solve these school shootings so that they don't happen anymore. And a lot of that can also be, you know, meeting with the young people to discuss crisis situations, to minimize crisis, to check in with the young people maybe once every couple days. Hey, Junior, is there anything you want to talk about? Is anybody bothering you? As we know, a lot of these school shootings are caused by bullying and and abuse of kids, right? There shouldn't be kids doing MMA fighting. I'm seeing a lot of videos online of kids beating the shit out of each other. Do you kids not understand that if you accidentally kill one of your classmates, they could try you as an adult and you'll be in prison for life? So next time you get in one of these fights, keep in mind that if you're 17, 18 years old, you really hurt someone in one of these high school fights, you could be going to prison for 20, 30 years. So we need to really minimize all this violence, hopefully to zero. It's just insane, guys. My heart breaks for the victims of the Uvalde shooting and the parents that had to go through that. We have to improve our mental health system. We need to get help for people. Maybe that would be free help. So, you know, we put a flyer out. Hey, is there anyone that would like free counseling? Is there anyone that would like to talk to somebody about their mental health? Is anyone having any mental health issues? Maybe more community outreach would help get to these people before they do these shootings. If you guys have any ideas on how to prevent school shootings or ways to minimize school shootings, please leave it in the comment section so that maybe we can get a dialogue going and hopefully learn from these situations instead of just doing nothing. I mean, it's so hard for the lawmakers because a lot of times it's just hard for them to create change when the community at large doesn't like change, right? So we need to make some positive changes in the name of, you know, saving lives. We want to make sure that the mental health care system is on point so that we can get to these people before they go into crisis. You know, red flags like a dude says says to his friend, I'm gonna shoot a fucking school up today, and the guy never fucking called him and said, dude, you need to go to the hospital. Like, what the fuck? Go to the guy's house and be like, dude, are you all right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking your friend's guns for the week. You know what I mean? You go to your buddy's Jimmy's house and say, I'm taking your guns for a couple days because I'm worried about you, man. That would be like a real friend, right? So that's one thing you could do, you know, is just make sure you check in with your friends to make sure they're okay. You know, you just never know, right? You just never know what people are going through. That's why I tell people to just keep your mouth shut out in the community. When you want to mouth off to somebody, you don't know. They may have just lost a brother. They may have just lost a mother. They may have just lost a father. They may be having a really, really hard day. So that's why they're upset in traffic, because their girlfriend just broke up with them or their boyfriend. Anybody would be upset that day, right? So let's cut people's slack out in the town. Maybe people could stop flipping each other off in traffic and realize that could be the guy saving your ass someday when you're on the side of the road getting your ass kicked. And here comes Jimmy, the guy you flipped off last week. And he says, fuck yeah, because you were so rude to him. So guys, let's be more Osteen-like. I like Pastor Joel Osteen out in Texas. You know, he says just, you know, kumbaya, you know, hakuna matata, just take a deep breath. Please, if you're one of those people that has been in crisis lately and you just don't know what to do, I recommend reaching out for help. I recommend calling someone. If you don't have any family members, then I recommend, you know, give the hospital a call and say, you know, is there any way I could come see somebody and talk? Because the last thing you want to do is hurt somebody. Nobody wants to hurt somebody. You wouldn't want to be the person getting hurt. So if you feel like you're going to hurt someone, please check yourself into a hospital to get help, because it's not too late and everybody can humble themselves and be willing to get help, you know, because there was a judge that once told me that there's no weakness in asking for help. So if that's you, please reach out for help. Call a local pastor, call the church, call the police department and ask to talk to a patrolman on the phone and say, officer, I don't know what to do. I'm in crisis. Is there any way I can get some help? You know, you may be at the hospital that night thanking God you're still alive. So there's no harm in asking for help. Call crisis if you need to. I've done that myself. I've actually called crisis times I've been upset. That's what they're there for, guys. So you use those resources. I'm gonna leave. Maybe I think there's probably a national crisis line. I could leave that in the description. I could leave a suicide prevention um, in the description. I'll do that as well, guys. We gotta end this shit. We can't just as a society just keep having it happening and happening and happening and happening and not do anything. You know, I'm not talking about taking people's guns because I think that, as a society, if we have less guns, we leave ourselves open to foreign attack. I mean, take the Russia Ukraine conflict. I mean, over fucking night, they're fucking invading Ukraine. You know, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but anyway, guys, if you have anything to share on this, please leave it in the description. Um, I'm a believer in the Second Amendment. I stand behind the Second Amendment. Guns have saved a lot of people too. Let's not forget that guns have killed a lot of fucking bad guys out there. So, the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. So, you know, I'll always support the Second Amendment, but we have to come together to end these school shootings. Those are my tips on how we could prevent school shootings. If you guys have any tips on how you can prevent a school shooting, please leave in the comments of things that you could suggest. Till next time, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can do that. Thank you.